Shalom, 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 everybody. This is Ivan, the Trinity of Water. Um, this is my first video on TikTok. Been doing a lot of soul searching, y'all. Just kind of browsing through some of some of the videos, and really just trying to listen to other individuals' perspectives, while at the same time keeping me who I am. You know what I mean? So that's very important. But anyway, this video is about the Bible. The Bible, I heard so, when I say so many intellectual, spiritually intelligent, however you want to put it, people who made a lot of sense. It was one individual, she was talking about all of the misconceptions and how the Bible, tells somebody, like, I don't believe she used the word lies, but contradictions. There we go. I don't want to really be serious, but this is what came to me. So, or too serious, because this is a serious topic. Point number one, me, I never choose an A or B, meaning like, well, if I choose the left or the right, the Bible, or am I going with the nine ether? Am I going, you know, just Muslim, whatever it is, I just choose humanity. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we all flawed. Some people might have a plethora more information and put in so much more dedication to their studies and everything, and I commend them for that. I truly do. But and I respect that, and I'm riding with you. But what I notice is more so actually the on the Christian side, let's say, I notice more of the, oh, you came in a Baphomet, or you're saying, that you're chaos beings, or you're saying this, and it sounds demonic, and they're judging. Well, first I have to come to y'all, because that's how I am. I see, my perspective is huge. So of all things, get understanding. So when I tell you, for one, I've been there, especially when you're like deep in religion and you see something like that and you're like, oh my God, that's demonic. That's the first thing you've been programmed to think. And you are not understanding that this individual probably came from where you came from. And it's no judgment on you, but they came from where you came from, and they put their belief in a system in the Bible, and they put their heart in it. They put their mind and body and soul and time into it, and they begin to figure out things like, hold on, what happened at the Council of Nicaea in 1611? Hold on. I'm searching, because just a Sunday, service and a Wednesday Bible study wasn't enough for them. I want you to feel them. I want you to really feel them. I'm speaking like I'm them right now. I'm emotionalizing what I'm talking right to you. And it wasn't enough, because they had a hunger for God. They had a hunger to be filled. They knew they had a divine spark in them that wasn't like everybody else. So I'm going to tell you right now, I get you. Trust me, I get you. So Christians, while you're judging them, they had the courage to say, I'm seeking truth, because I can only serve the true God, the true source, the big G, in spirit and in truth. And they went seeking it. And they found it. Seeking you shall find. Seek ye first the kingdom. And they found a lot of misconceptions. They found a lot of things that they needed, and they soul searched and said, oh, this is all within. And they're right. They're right. So don't judge them, because do you know how much courage it takes to go into the unknown, and something that you thought was evil might very well be who you are, and very well be a part of you that you need to accept, that was hidden because of society. And they went away from societal norms and the need to being like and being a yes person. And I'm telling you, that's so, when I tell you how hard that is, it's one of the hardest things you'll ever do. But what's even harder is to say, Jesus, well, J's wasn't invented into this year. And oh my God, was it Yeshua? Please don't tell me this, that the person I did all this for and put all my belief in isn't real. It takes the courage of a titan, the courage of a lion, the courage of, listen, I'm just going to tell you, because I've been through it. I've been through it. It takes a amount of courage that some people couldn't even fathom to go and walk away from the masses and say, you know what? I'm willing to expand my mind in the things that I rejected and was programmed to reject, the things that society said I shouldn't listen to, or I shouldn't be, that dark this, dark that is evil and chaos is evil and all this stuff. No, 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 no. I'm going to find out about it. I commend you 1,000%. And when I tell you, because I did it, that's how I can emotionalize with you. Now, let's flip that. When I tell you that, let's flip it on, and it's really not a name or that I'm aware of. This is like a broad perspective of people who came out of Christianity, and some people came out of Christianity, but they still couldn't get rid of the programming of it. I'm just talking about, I'm talking about people that like Bobby Hermit and Brother Panic and other people who were able to just really get out of that. When I tell you, when I listen to these guys, and for one, it's they do it on a constant, Master Teacher 33, it's on a constant basis. And I'm not saying he's like that. I'm just saying it's like nobody agrees with everything someone says. But they were able to have the courage to step away and speak their message with boldness, whether it's profanity, and oh my God, use profanity, and all that other stupidity that people look down on and judge. And they're on their mission on a 24/7 basis, learning who they are. And what I like, that's why I'm calling this channel Spiritual Kung Fu, learning how to defend themselves, because they learn I have everything I need right in me. But sometimes y'all guilty of the same thing. See, unconditional love is just letting people be them. So at the same time, while I'm telling them, let y'all do y'all have all that, understand the courage it took. See, we fear what we don't understand, but I do understand it. And I do understand you. But what I need y'all to do is go back to how you felt when you were in that Bible. When you felt, I call it the goody good stage. Like, all I want to do is love on humanity. All I want to do is complete my mission. All I want to do is serve Yeshua, Jesus the Christ, with all my heart, mind, body, and soul. Remember that and how that felt, y'all. And have compassion for people who may not have the strength that you had to get out of that. Now, I understand there's some Christians that just go, they worship or idolize the pastor and, pay their tithe and leave. But listen, this is the thing, and I'm about to wrap up this video. You never thought I'd end it like this, but I'm going to end it. I'm still rocking with it. I'm still rocking with it. I'm going to tell you why. Because it's a lot like me. The Bible is a lot like me. It's flawed. It's been changed. It's been programmed. It's alchemical words taken from a plethora of different ages and maybe even civilizations. We really don't know, but it's alchemical words, right? And you can find a lot of contradictions. It says it. It says it. You will find what you're looking for. It's a discerner. It cuts through Hebrews. It cuts through flesh, bone, marrow, and is a discerner of the heart. I never speak for anybody to believe me, agree with me, or anything else. And I'm not here even for people to like me. So just because I'm able to emotionalize with people, it don't mean I'm just taking both sides. It means I literally understand both because I've been there. But let me finish. So it's a very flawed book, and you will find several contradictions. But I did a video on this before. The Bible was never truly written to be understood. It was written to be translated by spiritual translators of the heart, let's just call it. And like I said, this Bible is flawed. When you try to push that, if the word was at the beginning and you try to push that this was that actual word, no, this is the word of dead man. This is a masculine word without the femininity, because the femininity is missing from it. That's why it's so flawed. So when your heart, that feminine aspect of your heart, all that energy, You heal those words. It discerns you. I told you, the Bible's reading you just as you're reading it. So I didn't truly get it when it says, love the Lord thy God with all your heart, mind, body, and soul. Lean not onto your own understanding. You got to get an understanding both ways. Just like you thinking of something to save you, you more save it, or you save each other. It's in you. That the power literally, yes, is in you. So whether you choose to step away from it, it was always in you, or you choose to stick with it. But again, why I stick with it is because it's a connection I feel. When it says lean not to my own understanding, me and this Bible have to understand one another. And I get when I read certain Gnostic texts and a plethora of other different literatures and texts, I find it in the Bible. Because but only when my heart is in the right place. I go back to where Christ, I believe it was Peter, I could be wrong, but Christ said, Peter said, I love you with all my heart, I love you. He's willing to cut off somebody's ear for him. Christ said, you're going to deny me 3 times. Have y'all ever felt that? Like, have y'all ever felt that feeling like it's no way? Like you have that humanitarian passion of God in you, and it's like a feeling that, oh my God, I can't even put it into words. And I will never forsake or turn my back on this. But then you start getting more and more understanding. And you walk away. Just like I did. Twice. And something else brought me back. So I'm like, is it the programming? Let me clear my mind. Because this is the difference between me and a lot of people. I get all the stuff that you're saying. I feel it. I feel the chaos. I build strongly off chaos. A spiritual kung fu. Oh, I'm going to defend myself. But at the other spectrum, wise as a serpent, innocent as a dove. Do you think this was going to be easy? I truly did feel it was meant for us to turn our backs. For us to rise in consciousness and say, never take a man's word for anything, because anything a man writes is going to be flawed. Don't put your hope, your faith, or anything else in anything a man did, and find the strength within. But come back. We need to understand one another. Listen. I can't explain how it's like I could see a light right here, right? I know it sounds crazy. One brother I heard talked about it. I still don't 100% know what it is, but my pineal gland, it literally shoots out a light. So when I read certain things, I'm able to discern certain things. And then honestly, it's backed up in like Gnostic scriptures. People like it's 0 point energy, y'all chaos energy that they works through us. So when you talk about chaos, shit, don't get no more chaos than this. And it's not no soft book. It's a book of killers. And then it's a book of love. It's a love story, and it's a book of straight killers. Book of homosexuals. It's a plethora of pure chaos in this book. But have y'all ever loved a flawed person? I know I have. And I guarantee they was probably a little more flawed than your person. But you can call it a trauma bond or whatever. We have the capability of source of unconditional love. And sometimes we lose that. If your love comes with conditions, then you don't love, man. If your love come with, hey, I can rock with you and what you believe, but because I'm riding for the Bible or because, I can't rock with you, well, you don't have unconditional love. I'm not coming against you. I'm not your enemy. So all that, if you're not for me, you against me type stuff, I'm not with that. Because that's, of all things, I get understanding. But some things, we can't lean on to our own understanding. So I'm like, okay, I got to let something else understand for me. See, like I said, that's another mistake. No, you understand within one another, just like a person, just like a flawed person. And when you find out, damn, this is why they were so flawed. All the shit they went through. Imagine all the shit you went through. Man, we some flawed beings, man. We've been through some shit. Especially if you on this journey. And when you just think back on that, man, it's like that's how you emotionalize with people. And the people that do all that judgment and oh, that's evil and that's because they don't have the courage, man. But you don't look down on them or talk about them and say fuck them and all this. Dude, many people may not have the courage you have, bro, or sis. That's amazing. I mean, that is, I can't even put it into words how much courage that takes. So, I mean, I'm just saying, because somebody else doesn't have the courage to do that, dude, all I know, me personally, I can't speak for nobody else. All I can do is just, hey, it's no right, it's no wrong. That's their journey, man. That's their journey. So you could, people gonna do all that talking. First, it was like I didn't care. Then I got to a point where I didn't hear it. Now I'm at a point I'm like, damn, that's messed up. That's messed up. All that programming that they will never rise and get to the point where they actually can come back to this, but they didn't get the understanding. That's why they can't understand y'all. It was never actually meant for you just to have to walk away. It was meant for you to find out your power. That you have to carry this thing out, these basic instructions before leaving Earth. So this book by Bao, or this hydrogen, oxygen, and light years, 6D, it's astrology. It's elements. It's so many levels to this. And I know to some it might sound crazy. To the other people I was talking about, that's why they're so advanced. It doesn't sound crazy to them. It's flawed. That's why Christ said, you're going to deny me 3 times. Because to get the key to hell, you have to know how to dwell in chaos. This, my friend, is chaos. Got confirmation, thank you. This is, my friend, is chaos. So I'm just the type of person, I ain't going to walk away because something flawed. I'm not going to walk away because it's like it's contradictions and it's this and it's that and it's the most unpopular. See, this is why I fit in nowhere. So some people talk about what they rolling with. It's a very select few people. It's maybe 1 to 3 people that I know of. I know I'm not the only one. I'm just saying I don't fit in. That's why I'm always secluded. I always have 1 or 2 people looking and rocking with me. And you know what? That's cool. Because like I say, I knew this message wouldn't be popular, but I'm not here to be popular. I'm not here to talk about how big and bad I am and how much magic I can do and all that. I'm not capable of that shit right now. Maybe I done some stuff by mistake, but and look, I get it. I get it. You tough. You rough. You a spiritual gangster. Or I'm not Joel Osteen. Then again, I'm just saying, I'm not the humble and, hey, I might take me a drink every now and again. I might, I'm just saying, like, I'm a flawed being, bro. I didn't grow up in magic and all this other stuff. But at the same time, I took the time to study enough to understand why y'all do it. Did I go to the highest levels of it? No, but I took some time to study some stuff, some voodoo, a lot of stuff. Because that the name scared people. But when I studied the people, I'm like, they seemed really humble. Some of them, the ones I looked at. And they were just on a search, trying to find what suited them. And then people come judging. That's my thing. And y'all don't know, y'all playing right into the hand of the so-called enemy. Because the enemy wants one thing, separation. As long as y'all are separated, I'm good. Dude, let people be them. That's unconditional. And if you say you rocking with this, Christians or whatever else, if you got any type of separation, keep healing people, keep saving people. And God gonna tell you, you say this person, you say in my name, you say that person in my name. I'm gonna say I didn't even know you. You're not nobody's savior. You're not. You gotta save yourself by getting your power learning the power that resides within. That you find it out daily. But I'm going to end with this. No matter how much the greatest teacher, preacher, whatever you want to say, no matter how much they know, and they say, we only can see 1% of the light spectrum, use 10% of the brain and the junk DNA and all that. Listen, whether that's true, false, or in the middle, trust me, it's beings out here that's far more intelligent than we are. And you could say like the ancestors, I'm talking about or the Orishas. Listen, I was told all those are really titles. That gets you to their energy. And you can understand it to the degree you can understand it. But I'm going to tell you all something. We will all come to the point, if you really emotionalize with yourself, where you just got to have faith and belief in something that's way much bigger and above your pay grade. Man, no matter how tough you try to front you are, you're not. You're not. You might be way tougher than me in the spiritual realm or the physical realm. But it comes a point where the beauty and the beast, where you discover how big of a beast you can be. You discover your shadow is just like you. You've been had from that dark aspect, that chaos, that 0 point energy, all that potential. That's your potential, y'all. But when you put it in order, focus, and discipline, you put that chaos in order, combining the masculine and feminine brain, you find you a beast. I get it. But then what about that dove, bro? What about that dove, sis? That's actually my most power. Yeah, I've been in beast mode sometimes. I done made a couple things happen. But just like one guy was saying, it was very far in between. And I'm very honest about that. I'm not trying to be no damn magician, man. A wizard, warlock, or whatever. But I notice in those names in translations aren't what a lot of people may think or call them. I'm here to be me. And I know a big aspect of me is humanitarianism, man. Not just because I'm a life path 9. It's when the most energy enters me and how I'm able to connect. I freaking emotionalize with people. I get people, bro. I just do, sis. And sometimes you don't see, even you in your own paradigm, you don't see you're doing exactly sometimes the same thing you say other people are guilty of. Let's stop judging each other, y'all. In this battle, and you know how many people just don't care, period? They watch their Netflix, eat their and I've been there too. I can emotionalize with them where they're like, I don't even want to be a part of this mess. Dude, it take courage just to get up off the couch and go to church on this Sunday. Whether you read the Bible, whether you don't, whatever, man. Fuck, we screwed up. But let's put some energy of encouragement on one another because we all been like that. That's how we emotionalize. So yeah, I'm still rocking with this. I denied it twice, y'all. That's how I can emotionalize with y'all. Because so when you start finding out so much, you like, man, we've been, what Malcolm X say? We've been bamboozled. Yeah, been tricked. You like, this person I looked up to. I'm going to tell y'all something. It's like a kid finding out there's no Santa Claus. That's the adult version of it. But then as you keep growing, you find out, what the heck? It was me. It was me. It's a test for your testimony. So if everything was make logical sense, y'all knew this wouldn't be logical. If everything in that Bible made logical, perfect sense, told you exactly what to do, told you your truth. Nobody can tell you your truth. You have to live out your truth. And the truth is, we're flawed. So God said, I won't give you what you want. You want it to be cohesive, make sense, and I'm going to give you what you need. Because it's like you, it's a flawed, programmed, and it's missing its mate. So all this time, you think the Bible is going to heal humanity. That's dead man. Like lost gospel of time and say, what about the one that lives in you? Because all we really think about is ourselves, y'all. Come on, let's be honest. When we doing, let's say when you doing your spells, or when you doing you going to the angels and all this. I was listening to Bobby Hermit, and he was talking about that, and I said I've been guilty of that so many times. Even when it came to me, like, don't come in no selfish way. We're conscious like you. Do you want a person only just coming to you when they need something? But people do it. But again, other spectrum, because they hurt. They're deaf, blind, and dumb. I've been there. Sometimes I still go there. That's how I can emotionalize with them so much, because it's like, damn, they want to breathe. They like, forget it. I just need help. Like a crackhead who need a hit. And I'm not saying let them play you. But what I'm saying is the same way you don't like that, and you like, I'm staying away from users. Love unconditional, man. So maybe if we stop looking at the Bible for what we can get from it, what about if we looked at it from the heart and like what we can offer? Because we can offer a lot to it. Just like people. We find out, oh, they said they was this, they said they was that, and you find out they dirt. And then the first thing you want to judge. You want to break them down. It's like, man, come on now, you've been there. That feeling, I want y'all to go back to that feeling when you find out, damn, Jesus? Some people say Jesus is a vampire in another realm, and whatever it is. Yeah, it was Yeshua that the people in it's a metaphysical book. No, it's so many truths. But what about the truth? The way, the light. What about being able to make old things new? What about trusting in the Lord thy God with all your heart, mind, body, and soul? Say, fuck, I can't even understand this. Because all this other stuff makes so much more sense and it's connecting with me. And then some says, whoever said, bring it with you. Those energies need to come with you. It's a connection there. Don't stop. Don't stop. Yeah, this book's screwed up. You can lie to yourself and, say, oh, no. We go to all the good parts of it and this and that. And no. Yes, I can translate, make sense of a lot of things that a lot of people can't in that book. But you don't get around. It's chaos. It's a lot of chaos. For the gospel, true word wasn't given to the masses. Like the disciples, they said, why do you tell us plainly? But to the mass, because the true word of God was given to you. It's a certain amount of people that the true word, this can't be plainly understood for a reason. This was never for the masses. It was built that way by the people like Constantine and other people, and man, so we couldn't get that true word, but it's a 10% of God that truly passes all their understanding. So everything they thought that they were doing, they didn't know. So if you don't believe me, just like, okay, I come on your level. Just like when we were being built, and then we were saying the things that built us messed up, and it was something over them that made us higher than them. Who you think wrote this? Who you think wrote it? It's a book by Bao, right? The Bible. But we transcend that. And we can see something that many, almost to nobody, can see. And that's why I say I'm still rocking with it. Flawed and all. Because it's unconditional, man. You can't put no conditions on your love, or it's not love. So you saying, okay, this is my conditions. I need you to make sense. Because I ain't putting my faith in shit that don't make sense. Understood. I get it. I'm just saying, what name all your, so before you even, let's say if you a new believer or whatever, make sure you put your conditions down before you start. Because I told you, this ride right here, it's only for the strong. It's only for the strong. And like I said, there ain't gonna be nobody pretty much rocking with me because you're gonna have one side that's like, oh my God, he got away from this and he's studying voodoo and da da da. And you got the other side, he's still with the Bible and da 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 da. And that's cool. That's me. I was never meant to fit in. I was always meant to stand out. So I'm fine with that. Because you would think that the people who do stand out and have the courage that they will relate to you, but they don't either. They rock with their own crew. And I get it. You got to go where will resonate with you. But I just told you, I'm there. I literally can emotionalize with just about everything and everybody. And I'm not just talking about people. A lot of different energies. Learning, understanding, like, oh, that's why they did what they did. A flawed system, a flawed people. Every flaw is fucking chaos. But what about peace in the chaos? Christ said, I didn't come to bring you the peace that the world gave you. This is the book that the world gave you. That's not the book that the source gave you. You can see it in my light. You will see it in a whole nother light. It's like, okay, what can I do for you? I mean, because God said, I'm going to use the ignorance of the word to save my people. Source already knew this was fucking ignorance. But what ignorance? Ignoring something important. So what's important? Us, y'all. Us. Knowing it's people out here on a daily, Bobby Herman, master teacher, chaos, brother Panic, so many, a plethora of other people that's out here doing what you said. You talking, they're doing. And on the other hand, it's people that's hurting. It's people that may not have the courage you have. And no, you don't have to do a damn thing for them. Like you said, hey, shit, I get it. But at least just understand it before you move past it. That's it. Because you've been there. You know you have. Because I hear so many of y'all like I was in that same thing. Because that's a start. That's the seeking. But if you could just, one thing I do, that's what I always say, man, like, it don't matter how much I know. I don't even have to fake it. I'm like, I know it's so much more. So much more. So what about the people who know so much more if they looking at you like they look at them? I'm like, man, I just came to the conclusion, flawed, chaos. That's what was at the beginning. What was the word? What was at the beginning? Chaos was already there. The word was also at the beginning. What is the word? Christ was the word made flesh, not this. That's a title, y'all. Christ lives within the CFS fluid that rises and gives you the ability to read this. This is not given to the masses. This is given to disciples that will walk away because their love was conditional. Didn't make sense because they used their understanding. They didn't come back and say, you know what, I'm going to give it one more try. I'm going to understand. Let's read each other. To really, if you can do all this magic and all that, it shouldn't be hard for you to believe that book is living when you make it live. It's a dead book that you give life. Like you giving it CPR with your feminine energy because they put they took all the femininity out. The Holy Spirit, the mother, they called it the Holy Spirit. But what about my story, which is my story? Man, if y'all can see this, how I see it, y'all. But you know what? Do I 1,000% understand if you can't or never will? That's what I'm saying. I always thought everybody could think like that. I didn't know that was a gift. I truly have the ability to completely understand where y'all coming from. Dude. And I truly understand the people that's giving this effort. Do y'all not understand that? Why you judging and this is evil, that's evil, whatever the hell you want to talk about? Because it already hit your frontal lobe that you're going to judge them anyway. But they out here working, y'all. They are working you. So what passion or what is it in that evil that had them outworking you? Stop judging. Stop judging. It's like, listen, And I'm not judging y'all. Like I said, I've been at every category. I've been at the category that said I'm about to eat some Captain Crunch, watch some Netflix or whatever. I ain't got time. I don't have time for that right now. I also been working hard, working out, studying, giving messages. I've been in that energy. Just purpose, mission. And I've been in the energy of finding out certain things and just being purely hurt, feeling deceived, just like I've been by people. But you know what? I'm like, damn, I had a girl, man, I did her wrong at first. But I'm just saying, after so many times she got me back, I'm like, dude, why do I keep going back to this? So if I can go be with this flawed, ignorant, evil person, and that's not judging. I'm just saying, she's deaf, blind, and dumb. I get it. It's not a judgment. I understood where she was coming from. We have some, they call them non-players or whatever. People just really don't have a soul. And that's not a judgment. That's a compassion. Like if I was able to love that, oh, I definitely got the capability of soar. Just think about that. Have you ever just loved somebody that was flawed as shit and you kept going back to them because of y'all trauma bond? But the one lesson that a lot of people didn't learn, yeah, you learned you needed to get away from them and you needed to get away from that spirit because you would see people and get with people just like them. But did you learn the lesson? Wow, I got that capability to love something that flawed. And you truly love them. You may not like them, but you love them. This ain't nobody's savior, y'all. Neither are you. But it's something powerful that happens when you connect with it and you go above. That was Source wish. I wish to give you a peace that passes all understanding. So it's only a few that's gonna have that peace, and it's not a peace that the world gives. It's nothing that this world gives that works in the true higher realms, y'all. But it's certain things that when your heart, I'm talking about just like you purely say, I'm gonna give it another chance, and you see it from another perspective, how things just start opening up. And you just, it gives you like this feeling of just like, I really have the power of both sides. I have inward power, and it's like breathing. Like you can't just breathe, you can. It's a beautiful connection. Out in, like the kingdom. The kingdom is inside of you, in outside of you. But man, see it not. You can't come. When you come back to this, if you come back to this, don't come like no man. Come as a son of man. Come as a son of man. You're a son. My light was literally shining on it. I know nobody would believe that, and that's kind of fine. I listen. Like I said, it was only one person, even out of all the people I listened to, that was able to tell me what that light was. And sometimes it shines like all the chakras. I've never was going to speak this, but I feel led to speak it now. A literal light of your lamb. Mary had a little lamb. Mother Mary had a little lamb that followed her everywhere she went. Your lamb is your lamp. You're the light. Let thy eye be single and you be full of light. Mary had a little lamb. The lion couldn't open this book, but the lamb can. Shalom and love, y'all.